sitting up on your sits bones. So if you need to have an extra little bit of height, then you can do that. And so just you can just start off with the legs moving back and forth, either simultaneously or moving in and out. So you just want to make sure that as you're doing this, that it's not just the ankles or the lower legs that are moving, but you should also feel the movement through your greater trochanter as well. And then this is, we call it like namaste hands, or you're doing it with your feet. So you're going to try to bring the soles of the feet together and then allow them to rotate. So moving it back and forth.
Wow.
So again, same thing, the movement should be coming from the trochanter, or from the femur bone. So that one, this is a really nice one to practice. It also just helps to get a little bit of mobility through your ankles as well. I always like to start off with the feet, just because obviously everything with the feet definitely will affect what's going on here. So namaste feet, and then what we call Barbie doll feet. So if you've ever seen like the Barbie doll
of course.
feet. So you start with Barbie doll feet. So almost like you're pointing. So you're flexing but pointing at the same time. And then you're going to try to create like a wave-like motion. So you're pointing and then the toes curl in. And then you bring it out. So you can kind of think of it almost like doing like a hula wave with your hands, but you're doing it with your feet. Kind of do it at the same time. And then you're going to do the reverse.
Okay.
The reverse is hard. And it definitely works a lot of the calf, so if it's helpful, you can do calf stretch, you can do some ball work with your calves as well. So these are, a couple of nice ones just to kind of warm up the feet and the ankles. So I guess I'll just show everything and then we'll come walk through it.
Okay.
So then you'll come onto your back. And so call this Do-in. So it's kind of like just another way of like massaging the muscles, but also you get some movement through your joint. So you're just going to bring both the legs up. So you're going to use the top part of your foot just to get underneath your calf. And so you should be able to feel the calf muscle mobile, should be moving and nice and floppy and soft. And then you can rotate the leg so you can go onto the lateral side, the peroneal muscles there. And then with the same leg, you're going to allow that leg to rotate. So you're internally, externally rotating to try to get the inside, the instep of your foot to tap or pound up against your hamstrings. So that's just another nice way to warm up that joint. If that's not happening, then you can just use your fist. And then same thing on that side and there as well.
Okay.
Okay. So after that, so the series of, call it, I'm forgetting the Sanskrit name for it, but it's called hero pose. So the overall pose is called hero pose. So we'll do one leg at a time. So you're going to start off with allowing one leg just to extend out in front of you. The other leg is going to internally rotate. So depending on how much rotation you have, this might be comfortable. If the knee lifts up, it's okay if the knee comes up, but then you might want to support for your knee, so you can use a pillow or a block. You can also have the foot turned out like this, if you can, again, just so that you're working on mobility in your ankles to try to come onto the top part of your foot. So most people, when they come into, I face this way. So when most people come into this position, all their weight tends to be all the way over here, and then this hip lifts up. You're looking to try to get both of your hip bones down on the ground. So one of the things, which I forgot, is the TFL. Have you ever massaged the TFL? Okay, so you can, massage the TFL as well with the yoga tune-up balls. You can also use your elbow, which I like to do, especially while you're here. So you can just use your elbow, you can just press it into the TFL, and you can massage that spot, because with the inflection, then you kind of can get into that area just a little bit more. So that one's a really nice one to work with. And so then from here, you'll slowly bring your hands back behind you. So this is beginning to kind of get at least a little bit of mobility for the SI. So you can either hang out here, this is fine. You can allow your forearms to come down to the ground. So that would be the next level. If you have a bolster or if you have some pillows, then you can just have it supported here. So this is a fairly passive pose, so that you just allow yourself to hold in this pose for a matter of time until you find a nice opening for the quadriceps as well as some release along this area. It is a little bit of a back bend as well, so if you don't want it to be too much of a back bend, then have some more support for your back. I don't know, I haven't really seen the flexibility for your back or how you are with like doing back bends or anything like that. So if this is,